I'm back. It's been a little while, but I have been kind of immersed in this set of puzzles, which I'm going to introduce you to here. The Letters of Saint-Germain, and it just came out, I don't know, probably about 2 weeks ago now. And I thought what better place to start than by taking a look at the letters and who the Count would have written these to, and if that helps us solve these at all. I'm going to try and avoid any outright spoilers for the couple that I have solved, but I might drop a few tiny little hints, nothing major. And for most of these, I'm probably not much use for hints anyways. So let's take a look. Letter one, what I took from it, it is to an unspecified brother, just kind of generically. Pretty sure that refers to the Grand Lodge on 23rd, which puts it in New York. A lot of these have ties to Freemasonry and other things like that, so that makes sense. Not a ton to take away from that one, from what I noticed. This letter number two is to, I think it's a Aleister Crowley. This guy was pretty weird. He invented his own religion called Thelema. Talked about an eon of Horus that was coming, and also was a part of the Golden Dawn. So I think you see a small reference to the Golden Dawn in there when he talks about the time in the morning, the sunshine in the morning, and the headdress. I'm assuming is that thing that he's got on his head there, which it's a little hard to take him seriously with that on, but I'm sure he took himself pretty seriously from what I can tell. I also put the dates that they were alive on here if I could identify the person. For a while I was looking to see if maybe they went in some kind of order related to that, and I didn't see a pattern, but if you do, let me know. I think letter number three is a journal, maybe. It's dated January 1st, and that's about it. It doesn't seem to be a letter to anyone in specific, but maybe it is. Maybe somebody saw something I missed. One of the only clues I really took away from that was the snow ruining his boots. So we must be somewhere that gets at least usually a lot of snow. Number four is to a guy named Cardini, which is a stage name for Richard Valentin Pitchford. He was a British magician. You can see the years he was alive up there. And it refers to a performance at the Palladium, or Palladium, not actually sure how you would say that, which is in London, so that doesn't probably help us out too much. Number five is Arthur Conan Doyle, and again, he's alive right about the same time. It also talks about the leather apron covered in blood, which I think is a Jack the Ripper reference, and as far as I could find, they didn't have too many connections besides just crime mysteries. And I also might have missed something with Sherlock Holmes and all the things that have been written about him and by him. Obviously, we've got Holmes and Watson mentioned, and then this Smarglia opera. And when I looked him up, Wikipedia at least said his best known opera is right there, Nossa Istriane. Again, probably my pronunciation's really off, but when that said, it means an Istrian wedding. So your guess is as good as mine what that might actually mean, but I kind of doubt it was in there just by accident. Number six maybe is another journal entry. It's dated February 14th, obviously Valentine's Day. So it mentions Claudia repeatedly, like this woman that he's fallen in love with. My best guess, from what I could find, linked to any of these movements or groups that kind of are hinted at would be Claudia Lars, who was a Salvadorian poet, but it's not an amazing match. If this is a journal entry and it's linked to that one before it that was on January 1st, maybe the two are in a similar geographic space was one idea I had. So maybe it'd be another snowy place. It does mention a winter picnic with Claudia. We've got letter seven is to Harry Houdini. Again, a very similar time frame that he would have been alive. It refers to his greatest trick or something, and I wondered if that was kind of just a nod to the fact that maybe, the Count is saying that Houdini faked his own death. It also talks about a friend who's adept with movement and machinery, and that's probably, I would say, likely relevant for one of the puzzles here. Number 8's a little bit interesting. It stands out. It's the Cyprian, which takes us way out of the time frame that we've been in, kind of this 1800s to early 1900s, and it puts us, I think, in the 3rd century with this saint who converted to Christianity, and then a bunch of like magical books and stuff in the 16th, 17th, 18th centuries were had his name attached to them. You can see an example there of one of them. So that was interesting to me, partly because it just takes such a big step backwards in time. It talks about a brave new world, which makes me think of Aldous Huxley's book. It mentions donkeys and how he wants to, I guess, take one out and shoot it because it's too loud. And then caves, crystals, and clean water. And I think those are all pretty big hints. However, what they are hints for is confounding me. So I hope you're having better luck. And then finally, letter 9 is to Helena Blavatsky. Her name comes up pretty frequently with a lot of these groups. She founded a movement called Theosophy, which some of the others here were linked with, and is definitely one of those mystic or occult figures that definitely pops up over and over. I know this one says to think different, and I'm guessing that there's something there that maybe about her or about some of the things that it says in that journal entry that could help us think a little differently. So that's what I've got for you. Nothing groundbreaking. I think these are kind of more designed to help you confirm your solution rather than actually help like solve it, if that makes sense. A lot of the things line up pretty well with the couple that I have found out, but it's all kind of in hindsight, not really helping me solve it. I hope you guys are having good luck with this. I hope you're having fun with these puzzles. I've really enjoyed them. So thanks for watching.